guys, it's Jen with Family Finance Success, and I am very excited to be back after a very long hiatus. Family Finance Success is here to bring you practical and a focused approach to handling finances and family. Over in the Get a Life tribe, I have been asking people what they want to see on Family Finance Success, and there has been an overwhelming majority of people who want to learn about monthly meal planning. I have been monthly meal planning for about 4 years, and as with everything, there is a season, so sometimes I don't do as good as I would like to do with it, but I still am always trying to write down meals for the month, do 1 or 2 big shopping hauls, and then just live off of what we have in our house. Today and all of this week here at Family Finance Success, we're going to be talking about monthly meal planning, and there's going to be 3 different videos that will be up. This is number 1. There'll be a part 2 and a part 3. And part 2 is going to be talking about how to meal plan with a free software called Trello. And the 3rd video is actually going to be my grocery haul. I tend to shop at 3 stores, and there's 3 videos. Not a coincidence, guys, I promise. But I tend to shop at 3 grocery stores as for my big haul at the beginning of the month, and then every other week I do just a fresh produce haul, milk, eggs if I need to. So there are going to be your 3 videos this week, all about monthly meal planning, and I'm really excited to be back with videos, and every single video will have an accompanying blog post that you'll be able to find linked below at familyfinancesuccess.com. Okay, so today's video is really all about meal planning, why we should be meal planning, and some tips and tricks and all of that jazz. So let's go ahead and dive into the meat of today's video. So meal planning does not come easily to many families. In fact, most American families don't meal plan. They wing it, and that's kind of scary to me because if you look at the expenses in your household, grocery expenses tend to be the 2nd or 3rd largest expense. So if we're just haphazardly winging it, then we're probably spending a lot more money than we need to be, and I'm all for saving where we can save. So when we meal plan, that is one very good way to bring down grocery expenses. If meal planning were easy, everybody would be doing it, right? So not everyone is a master meal planner. And again, most American families don't meal plan. So it's not easy. It can be complicated. It can be overwhelming, and it can be tiresome. I have a very simple strategy that I've developed over the past 4 years that I think everyone can get on board with. Now, maybe monthly meal planning still doesn't fit you, but you can still take all of those steps that I do and break them into bi-weekly or weekly steps. I still think monthly meal planning is awesome, and here is why. The productivity law. If you're not familiar with the productivity law, here's an example of it. If you're given 19 letters to write in 8 hours, you will write them. But if you're given 19 letters to write in 1 hour, you'll also still write them. So for me, I get the most bang for my time when I sit down and take 2 hours and meal plan, because I could spend 2 hours every week meal planning, but I can get it all done the beginning of the month for 2 hours. So to me, I just take that time and think, you know what, I want to spend 2 hours, get it all done, as opposed to 8 hours over a whole entire month. Okay, so here are the basics for how I meal plan. Number 1, I use a family staples list. The family staples list gathers all of the meals that my family likes, that they'll eat, and everything they don't like and they won't eat. You can find a link below to this free printable that I have for you, and you can print it off as many times as you want. I always go through about every quarter and update my family staples list. Kids' tastes change, just like adults change their taste and the things they like, kids do too. And I always find that with my kids, I can add more things in to what they do like and kind of cross things off to what they don't like. Thank goodness, because picky eaters are not fun. The other thing that I use is my inventory sheets. Having my inventory sheets always marked off is awesome, because when it comes to sit down to create your grocery list after you've planned your meals, then you know exactly what you need, and it takes 20 minutes max to write your grocery list out with all of your ingredients. I'm also going to show you an Excel spreadsheet of how I keep my grocery list, because we tend to have pretty staple food items in our house, and I have them all in Excel sheet broken down into the stores that I typically buy them at. Now you may be thinking, well, I thought you used to coupon. I do still coupon, but I tend to coupon only for personal care items now and food items when there's something that we use. The reason why I don't coupon for food as much is because we've kind of changed our eating habits, and with the monthly meal planning, I don't have to coupon as much because I can get them into our grocery budget. So after you've taken your family staples list, you've created a meal plan. I like to gain inspiration when I'm planning for 30 days from past meal plans, from Pinterest, from different websites. Sometimes I even go to Facebook and just scroll through the videos. Wherever you want to gain your interest from. I also am a collector of cookbooks. So one month I'll just pull out a cookbook and mark 10 or 15 different recipes that I know I probably have all the ingredients for, and add them to my meal plan, whatever works for your family. The other thing that you want to keep in mind is that you want to plan for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. Now, this is where a lot of people start to feel completely overwhelmed. They think, well, I have a hard enough time planning 1 week at a time for dinner. How am I going to plan for, almost 120 meals? Well, my breakfast and lunch always repeat. Every week, we basically have the same rotation for breakfast. We have the same rotation for lunch, or I'll make one big meal prepped lunch in the beginning of the week, and then we'll have leftovers whenever we run out of that from dinner. So I'm not really planning very many new items, and our breakfasts are so simple. Granola and yogurt, eggs, pre-made sandwiches, sometimes, honestly guys, even Pop-Tarts and granola bars. But as long as we're eating at the house, that way we're not eating out and our expenses are cut. So after you've planned, you've got your family staples list, you've used your inventory sheets. By the way, those inventory sheets can be found again as a free printable in a link down below. You want to set a grocery budget. Now, the grocery budget should be set with your other expenses in mind. So you should already have a spending plan created and know about how much you can spend on your groceries. Now, you can do this two ways. You can either start with that grocery budget in mind and kind of create meals around that, or if you've never set a budget to your groceries, you can think, well, how much do I routinely spend? Go back 2 or 3 times, 2 or 3 months, and see how much you typically spend. Start with a higher end and then challenge yourself every month to kind of deduct $20 here, $30 here, however much, till you get to that amount that you want to be spending. A little side note is that American families tend to spend about $100 to $120 per family member per month. So if you have a family of 4, traditionally you would be spending anywhere between $400 to $440 on groceries a month. Now, if you ask most American families, that price is very low. The $440, that's a very low estimate. They're usually spending anywhere from $500 to $600 on a family of 4. So you can just imagine, as the family number increases, so is that grocery bill. So my goal is always to keep our grocery budget under $400, and my sweet spot is between $300 and $350. And I don't have a hard time usually staying under there. Okay, that is the basics of monthly meal planning. It's really not hard. It's just sitting down and getting the thought process flowing for creating 120 meals. And again, I know that sounds overwhelming, but when you get your breakfast and lunches rotating and you know what your family likes to eat, you can have Taco Tuesday every Tuesday. Nobody's here to stop you. You can have pizza and movie night every Friday. Again, no one's going to stop you. You don't have to come up with, 120 different things. It really is just creating a cycle that works for you and your family. So over the next 2 videos, we are going to learn some simple ways to do that, and a really cool software called Trello that I've been using as my project management software, but decided that I liked it a lot and I wanted to try it out for my meal planning. And this month is the first time I've done it, so I really like it, and we're gonna do a screenshot of that in another video. We're gonna look at my master grocery list, and then we're gonna look at my hauls coming up so you can see how I try to stay within my budget. Okay guys, if you have any questions at all about monthly meal planning, leave the comments below this video or head over to one of my social medias. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. Bye everyone.